It has been a busy week for us, hasn't it, Commanders fans? My name is Joey Petersen. You're watching the Commanders Report by Chat Sports, bringing you the latest updates on your favorite team in burgundy and gold. An exciting one for you guys today because Marcus Mariota is re-signing with the Washington Commanders. 1 year, $8 million deal. Got a little bit of a pay raise. I think he deserves every single cent of it. I think this is a really, really great move. I think this is going to be great for Jayden Daniels. I think this is just great for the offense in its entirety. I got a lot more to talk about with this subject, break down the contract, then we'll kind of spend the back half of the show just breaking down everything that Washington has done so far in NFL free agency. But before we do any of that, I got to point you guys out to this again. Because this is exactly why you subscribe, okay? Commanders breaking news updates all offseason long. Whenever anything happens, I'm right here. Jack Sperry's right here as quickly as we can to get you guys a video, okay? News broke like, 15 minutes ago. We're already filming. It's going to be up on the channel in no time. So to make sure you don't miss a beat on the Washington Commanders, hit that sub button. Let's talk a little bit more about Marcus Mariota. He had a really, really great 2024 in his backup role, okay? He didn't play a ton, so I'm not going to say that 77.3 completion percentage is anything to just mouth gape, go crazy over. 364 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks, but he just did his role perfectly. Every time he needed to come into a game, whether it was the, little stint where JD was dealing with that rib injury, whatever it was, cleanup time, he did exactly what this team needed him to do, okay? And he did so well that Jack Sperry and myself, towards the end of the season, talked a lot about how we wouldn't be surprised if, some teams like the Las Vegas Raiders, he has a great history with Chip Kelly. Maybe some other teams like now the New York Giants who need a bridge quarterback from 1 year to the next, they might see what Marcus Mariota was able to do this past year in Washington and say, you know what, I think he's good enough for 1 year. He's going to get us, 8 wins if we surround him with good enough talent. Let's go ahead and just add him to the squad. And the most impressive thing for me about Marcus Mariota was what he was able to do against Carolina. Now, don't hear me wrong. I'm not standing up here saying that Carolina was the 85 Bears and they had the best defense in the entire National Football League. No, I think there's a decent chance that if I played a full game against the Carolina Panthers, I'd probably throw a touchdown pass. However, he was put into that starting spot after JD left the game very, very quickly. And through the entirety of the game, he had a 78.3% completion percentage, 205 yards, 2 touchdowns, no picks, 132.8 passer rating. He outdueled Andy Dalton in every single sense of the word, okay? He made throw after throw after throw. He made plays with his legs. He was phenomenal, okay? And in that spot against a team like Carolina, and I think you need to remember at that point in the season, Washington wasn't playing their best football, right? They were winning, but they weren't playing near to the level they were playing at the end of the year. And Marcus Mariota, in that game, thrown into the starting position, steadied the ship, got the win, and got it by a massive margin. What do you think? Let me know in the comment section down below. What is your one-word reaction to the Mariota signing? Let me know. My one word is probably deserved, okay? I think he deserves every penny that's going his way. I think he deserves that contract, but you let me know what yours is in the comment section. Man, I'm really excited about this move. I think that what Marcus Mariota was able to do for Jayden Daniels in year 1, I think that gets overshadowed, okay? I don't think people think about enough that, you know what? Marcus Mariota knows exactly what it's like to come into the NFL as a Heisman winner, as a top 2 pick. I think he was the number 2 overall pick right behind Jameis Winston, exactly like Jayden Daniels, very similar trajectories. He knows the pressure that a guy like Jayden Daniels felt coming into that situation. Right? Marcus Mariota got drafted by the Titans, a team that hadn't seen winning football in a very long time. That's the exact same thing that JD is facing in year 1 as the quarterback for this franchise. And so I'm not going to sit here and tell you, you know what? Jayden Daniels Marcus Mariota taught Jayden Daniels a bunch of X's and O's. Marcus Mariota, he's the reason that Jayden Daniels had a ton of success for his throwing mechanics. Things like that. I'm not claiming that. I'm just saying that I have a firm belief that through his first year in the NFL, sharing that quarterback room with Marcus Mariota, Jayden Daniels benefit a ton from that. And I think that this signing just shows the seriousness of this team for how they're looking at 2025. We've talked about it through the entirety of their offseason. Okay, through the entirety of this free agency time, since they made the move for Deebo Samuel, since they re-signed guys like Bobby Wagner, Zane Gonzalez, Zach Ertz, saying, you know what, we want to keep those guys in the building. Every move that they've made throughout the beginning of this week, and since they traded for Deebo Samuel, shows people, myself included, that you know what, this team is focused on one thing in 2025, and that's winning football games. You don't trade for Laremy Tunsil, give up 4 draft picks if you're not looking to protect your quarterback and you're not looking to win football games. You don't sign guys like Will Harris, to fill the gaps that is being left by Jeremy Chin if you're not focused on winning football games, right? I think it's just been the perfect blend for Washington so far. They have seen the things that have worked in 2024, the players that have worked in 2024, like a Marcus Mariota, like Zach Ertz, Bobby Wagner, Jeremy McNichols, and saying, you know what, we want those guys to come back. We want to run it back with those guys in 2025, but they knew just that overall roster wasn't good enough, so they've added where they've needed. Do you know what you guys need? You guys need this t-shirt right here. And you can go to chatsports.com/commandershirt to get it, because right now it's 50% off, okay? I know it's getting a little warmer outside. The days are getting longer. The sun sets later, which, first off, that's an awesome blessing. But second off, you guys want to be dripped out, okay? And you want to feel comfortable, feel good, support the best, look your best, all of those things. And you could do that with our friends over at Fanatics. If you buy one of these shirts for $20 only, it helps us out here at the channel a lot as well. So go to chatsports.com/commandershirt and get yours right now. We're going to end off today's episode by just giving you a little bit of a look at what has happened in free agency with the Commanders players that have exited. Okay, De'Ami Brown signed a contract with Jacksonville Jaguars. Jeremy Chin, he's gone to Las Vegas Raiders. Cornelius Lucas is now with the Cleveland Browns. Jonathan Allen yesterday signed with the Minnesota Vikings very early in the morning. And then Derek Forrest, the most recent one happening about just a couple hours ago, signed with the Buffalo Bills. Another name to look out for is Dante Fowler Jr. He's been rumored for the last 24 hours or so, maybe a little bit less than a day, to be a contender for signing with the Green Bay Packers. So that's another person to look out for. Got a good feeling Dante Fowler Jr. will be elsewhere at the end of the day. Thanks so much for watching. Thanks so much for tuning in. We're bringing you the best coverage during this free agency week. So if you're still watching, make sure to do one more thing. Hit that sub button.